We are looking at James Holmes still with the strange spectral red hair. Expressionless, except it seems to me,
courtroom where began the largest mass murder trial in this nation's history.
The murder trial of John Gacy did indeed get underway today with opening statements from the prosecution and the defense.
The judge has granted John Hinckley Jr. full-time release from St. Elizabeth's Hospital, where he's been in treatment since 1981. He was not convicted for shooting 4 people, including a U.S. president. He was found not guilty by reason of insanity.
James Holmes, John Wayne Gacy, and John Hinckley Jr. These men were all a part of some of the most watched and publicized trials in United States history. Other than being murderers, they had one key component in common: their use of the insanity defense. To truly understand the insanity defense, you need to go back to its very beginnings. The origins lay in 1800s England with a woodworker named Daniel M'Naughton. M'Naughton was convinced that he was the target of a British conspiracy theory, so in 1845 he traveled to the Prime Minister's home in an attempt to kill him, but he ended up accidentally killing his secretary instead of the minister himself. At trial, psychiatrists and lawyers argued that M'Naughton was delusional. The jury agreed and in turn found him not guilty. But after much public outcry, British judges were forced to create the M'Naughton rule, stating that defendants must be in a state of mind where they do not recognize wrongfulness in their actions in order to be acquitted. This idea came to the United States around a decade later, creating the insanity defense. Today, the defense is shrouded in controversy. Those who are against it claim abuse by criminals trying to avoid a harsh sentence. They also claim that since it is not clearly defined how it can or cannot be used, it may cause confusion within a jury. But in reality, the insanity defense should not be banned because of the fact that it cannot be abused and because it allows mentally ill defendants to receive the help they need. Allison L. Gay is a graduate of the New England School of Law who states that the public vastly overestimates the amount of times that the insanity defense is used, creating a general sense of disapproval and a bias against it. Juries have also been known to show biases against mentally ill people who have committed a crime. These biases have become so common that it has made it quite difficult for defense teams to successfully employ the strategy. Russ Buettner of the New York Times elaborates on these difficulties. In the state of New York, there have been 5,910 murder trials completed in the last decade. Of those, only 7 successfully used the insanity defense. The numbers show a similar pattern throughout the rest of the country. Only defense teams that truly need to and believe they have reason to are going to take the risk of pleading insanity on their defendant's behalf. There is no room for abuse by criminals that are not mentally ill. For the few that do use it, the insanity defense gives them a chance at returning to a normal life. The experts at Mental Health America, one of the largest nonprofit mental health organizations in the United States, released a statement in support of the defense. They stand by the fact that mentally ill criminals deserve a chance at rehabilitation and not retribution, because without blameworthiness, punishment is not justice. In addition, a report from the Treatment Advocacy Center provides statistics from 17 states that show a nationwide trend of between 15 and 20% of all inmates having a severe mental illness. Maryland and Michigan have some of the highest mental illness rates among inmates, ranging from 17 to 25%. If the insanity defense were banned, not only would some lose access to treatment, but these rates would continue to climb. There needs to be a change in the way this country thinks of the insanity defense. There is no abuse of it, and it gives some a chance at returning to a normal life after treatment. So when you think of it, don't think of James Holmes, John Wayne Gacy, or John Hinckley Jr. Think of those who truly deserve to use it and the benefits they could get from it, and know that the United States should not ban the insanity defense.